Celtic generally a threat at set pieces. How often have we seen them score from just this sort of situation? Minutes away from half-time. Thompson's delivery. Petrov climbed for the header.
It's a free kick the road.
Didn't hit the target and the whistle had gone anywhere.
Petrov just leaning on the shoulder there. It's a good delivery from Alan Thompson, asking to get attacked. Goalkeeper can't come for it. Didn't see too much in that one again.
And Celtic really haven't done enough so far from set pieces.
No, they haven't. That's a big advantage for them in normal games. But Barcelona, they're no mugs. Very well organised at the back. And as we've often said, Rob, it's not the first header, it's the second one you have to defend.
And that was Balde winning both. And to Beattie. All the way back. Now Thompson. Pearson. Lennon directing operations from central midfield. Got infield to Varga. Pass deflected away. Ronaldinho is through. Can Barcelona take the lead? No, they can't. What an opportunity that was.
It should have been. It's as simple as that. I can't believe a guy of this experience, this quality, misses this chance, but great pressing from Barcelona to create the opportunity. Keep saying to Rob, Barcelona, they're working so hard as a team, pressing Celtic as far up the park as possible. Celtic just can't get the ball further forward.
But Celtic seem to be making a big contribution to these Barcelona opportunities, don't they?
Well, Martin O'Neill's absolutely raging that Celtic are not getting the ball forward quicker. There's been a real chorus from Martin O'Neill and John Robertson. See the two of them there. This is Martin O'Neill getting his message across. He's get the ball forward and get it forward quicker.
Luis Garcia away by Varga. That's Reisiger. Xavi. Oleguer's pass. He looks a player. Ronaldinho beaten by Beattie. Petrov. Celtic need a little bit more composure. Thompson's pass. It's Larsson. And an important block by the central defender, Oleguer. That was more like it.
It's a great challenge, great move from Celtic, great run from Henrik Larsson, staying onside, but Oleguer gets across really well to block the shot. Good ball from Alan Thompson.
Great challenge by Varga on Saviola, and that's a free kick. It's not Stan Varga's first offence, and that's why he's being booked.
Yeah, it's a yellow card, they can't complain. They got away with the one earlier on, right in the centre circle. The Saviola, I'm not sure there's contact made here. He's looking for the free kick, knocks it beyond him. No, the referee's been conned there. I'm sure his fifth assistant fell on him.
Well, Celtic were good enough in the early stages of this first half to think that they could get in front, but latterly they'll feel fortunate they're not behind.
Well, it's funny, you know, Chick was saying there that Martin O'Neill wants the ball played forward quicker. The Celtic just can't do that. They'll give the ball away if they play it forward too quickly. And Barcelona, they're working so hard from the front area to press Celtic, not to allow them to pass forward, trying to sneak the ball as far up the park as they can, and every chance they've created has been from that situation.
Good pressurising from Petrov. In goes Lennon. Mota squares it to Xavi. Wide for Luis Garcia. Good defending from Varga. Flicked on by Beattie. Larsson holds off Puyol. Here's Craig Beattie again. Good run, unlucky, overrun it. Thompson for Pearson. Over the head of Reisiger. The sort of calm defending you'd expect from an experienced Dutch international. Here come Barcelona again, they break so quickly. Saviola, stopped this time by Balde. Support from Cocu. Ronaldinho, the brilliant Brazilian. On the left foot of Mota. Well, thankfully for Celtic, Barcelona shooting has been so far off target.
Yeah, this one's off target as well. When you think about it, Barcelona have had a few chances, really good chances, but Rob Douglas hasn't really made a save yet.
Well, they have got themselves into very dangerous positions.
They're a good team, Rob. You can see the quality right throughout the team. They're so comfortable on the ball, right from the back end through the middle of the park, and when they get a chance up front, they're very, very sharp.
Cocu won the header. Saviola tries to get it down for Xabi. That's good skill to work it on under pressure to Luis Garcia. Garcia's pass to Ronaldinho. He's away from Lagat, running along the byline. Another chance is missed by Barcelona. How did this not go in?
Tremendous skill from Ronaldinho. He sails the day get a dummy here. Great little touch, and he tries to cut it back to Luis Garcia. And I don't know really how he missed that. It's actually great defending. Jackie McNamara, I think it was, coming into the back post.
I think McNamara hurt in the process. Lovely bit of footwork from Ronaldinho. Played it across the goalmouth. You thought it was 1-0, but a courageous challenge from McNamara, which keeps the scoreline blank.
That's tremendous defending from the Celtic captain. Took a little bit of a knock, but thankfully he's okay now. Had to get there first, take the pain.
Just as Ronaldinho thought he carved out the opening goal.
He's a decent player, isn't he?
He's okay. 41 minutes gone at Celtic Park. 0-0. No shortage of excitement or entertainment. So much at stake. Petrov to Beattie. Lennon. Celtic unable to get Henrik Larsson into the game as much as they'd like.
I don't think Henry's getting a lot of support either tonight. The system that Celtic are playing, 5 across the middle, really. Often he's
Larsson's flick on from Petrov. Alan Thompson's shot produces an instinctive save by Valdez.
Tremendous save from the Barcelona goalkeeper. A great run from Alan Thompson. Unfortunately, from Celtic's point of view, and it was on his weaker foot, his right foot. This is a great touch. It's stuck under his feet just a little bit. Can't get enough on it. But it's actually beyond the goalkeeper. Puts his hand back the way to make a good save.
The short corners from Celtic, and the cross blocked by Luis Garcia. Can Celtic get ahead before half-time? Here's Craig Beattie. Trying to play it back to Thompson. Interception. Balde ending up on the track. He's had some first half.
He certainly played well.
Chick, is Martin O'Neill happy with the Celtic system?
Well, he's not. I thought he was going to change it. I had a word with Alan Thompson, who in turn had passed on the message to Stephen Pearson. I was wondering what kind of change he was going to make, but I think he's just told Pearson to get forward more often and try and support Larsson. Just what Sandy was talking about, trying to help Larsson to get into the game a little bit more, and I think that's the instruction that's been passed to Pearson. I'm also wondering, Rob, they've been talking to Momo Silla. I wonder if it was, I don't think it's going to happen before half-time, but I think we may see Silla introduced into this game before it's much older.
Free kick given against the challenge on Didier Agat. The referee let the game go on for a few seconds before realising there was no great advantage. So maybe one final set piece then, as the first half comes to a close. Thompson's delivery. Balde's header, headed away by Puyol. Thompson Forward briefly for Larsson, only get in the way. And Neil Lennon looking for his first goal of the season. It would be momentous if it came tonight.
Well, he's still looking. There's half a chance that this ball breaks to him. Good defending game from Barcelona. And really, Neil Lennon's probably the player you don't want to be in that situation. Not the best of the cleanest hitter of the ball. It's been a very good first half. Great entertainment. Both teams playing fairly well. You can see the quality that Barcelona have. On the ball, they're so good, so quick, so aware.
Back from Puyol. Valdez, who produced that marvellous stop a couple of minutes ago to deny Alan Thompson. Free kick given against Mota.
Don't think Bobo Baldi's too happy with him. He's having a word in his ear now. I'll just say here,
he entered the Bobo Baldi exclusion zone with his left fist there.
Has he got the right colours on for Superman, leading with his fist?
It's just about half-time as Stan Varga joins the Celtic attack. It is half-time. Right on 45 minutes. Bobo Baldi, a heroic figure at the heart of the Celtic defence. He's had to be. They've been under a fair bit of pressure, not too surprisingly, against Ronaldinho and company. And the little Brazilian might well have had Barcelona ahead here. Celtic have had their moments. Here was Baldi joining the attack, set up by Larsson, and his effort saved by Valdez. This was Ronaldinho finding a giant hole in the Celtic defence and failing to hit the target. This was incredible. Ronaldinho, the creator, and Jackie McNamara, the saviour for Celtic, stopping Luis Garcia scoring. And then in the final flurry of the first half, a right foot effort from Alan Thompson and an instinctive save by goalkeeper Valdez. The news from the tunnel as the players have gone off at half-time is that there's been a bust-up. There have been, I think, punches flying in the tunnel as the teams have gone off. Some of the Barcelona players, as you can see, haven't made the dressing room yet. Here's Chick.
There was a real barney in the tunnel as the players went up. Moto was at the middle of it all. I don't know quite what it was. Celtic players. Frank Rijkaard get involved, trying to pull them off. The police were in the middle of it all. You can see the Barcelona player Mota just get pulled to the side there. Frank Rijkaard holding him at the mouth of the tunnel. A real barney between several of the players. The fourth official involved in it as well. He sprinted in the middle of it all. It's all calmed down now. It was Mota that was involved with Baldi at the start of that. I didn't see Baldi get involved in the tunnel, but certainly Mota and Baldi were involved in an early instant, and a real unsavoury instant in the tunnel at Celtic Park as Moto disappears up to the dressing room with Frank Rijkaard.
It all seems a bit incidental after that, but it's, by the way, Celtic 0, Barcelona 0.
And Frank Rijkaard finally gets back to the dressing room. That's a great shame, because it's been a terrific first 45 minutes. Absolutely fantastic. Great contrast in styles as well, I suppose. It's Celtic's power, if you like, against the flair of Barcelona, the broadsword against the rapier. Is that overstating it, Gordon? But there is a contrast in styles, isn't there?
There is slightly, but I think Celtic have also played well. I mean, if Barcelona are up there as representing Spanish football, which is the top league, La Liga, and we know it's a fantastic league to play in, and Celtic have done a pretty good job in representing the Scottish League tonight, because they're right in this game, and although they could have lost some goals, they could also have scored as well.
Yeah. How would you sum up that 45 minutes, Ronnie? Enjoyed it, presumably?
Definitely. Celtic had a great spell in the beginning, and then Barcelona, I think, forced Celtic to make mistakes. That's why they got the chances, and how they created that was very good football, one-touch football, and there has to be normally 1 or 2-0 up. And then at the end you could see Celtic came back into the game, and they could almost score.
It's actually surprising when you look at the chances that it is still goalless, because both sides have had reasonable chances.
Definitely, and I think Rijkaard won't be happy with the 2 missed chances, because they were huge. And I think Celtic, I think they will have the feeling that they gave it a little bit away after 15 minutes, and then at the end they came back strongly. So still a lot to play for.
Yeah. As Ronald says, Celtic started terrifically. First 15-20 minutes, they were excellent.
Look, they started very aggressively. We talked about high tempo. They played with a tempo. They were working hard at Barcelona's space, but when Celtic had the ball, at times conceded possession. Looked like they were going to press the self-destruct button because Barcelona's break with so much penetration, great pace, wonderfully gifted on the ball, very clever improvisation and the front three, you know, Saviola, Ronaldinho, Garcia, they rotate, all change position. I mean, they're a quality outfit, but Celtic have showed, you know, they've mixed it in a different way. What we'd like to do is when they get the ball, keep better possession, just to try and frustrate them, because they win it, give it back. We know Barcelona can hurt them. They've shown that with the quality of their individual play and collectively as a unit. But, you know, Celtic are very much in it.
Absolutely. Goalless at half-time, but a terrific first 45 minutes. Celtic, as we said, started so well, and Stephen Pearson really made an impact in those opening few minutes, Gordon. And he really looked as though he was enjoying himself, and he was hurting Barcelona.
Yeah, he's fallen out of the game slightly as it's going on, the first half's going on, but in the early part, and I heard, you know, Chick was talking about the fact that Martin O'Neill was trying to get him more in the game. It's interesting to look at the system because Celtic did, in my opinion, start a 4-5-1. But they played Pearson wide and they moved Thompson in one. Finally got the shot in there. That was a good touch, getting in his shot. Unlucky not to hit the target there. But I think they played Pearson wide in the left and Beattie wide in the right, and then trying to get them to support. Larsson is on his own through the middle, and at times there's not had enough support to him. Get the ball in there, see Henrik Larsson. You see Beattie just drifting in at that point from the right hand side. When he plays down the left, he's got to get in, and when he plays down the other side, Pearson's got to get in. But this is probably the one where he really should have got a better shot in there. It was blocked in the end up. But in that early part of the game, Stephen Pearson, it was probably a shock to Barcelona, the fact that he was turning up wide in the left, because I'm sure Barcelona expected him to play in one, but they didn't play the 3, they played the 4, a Gat right back, and they moved Thompson into the midfield, so it was a 3-5-1.
And that depends entirely on getting support up for Larsson, doesn't it? Because he can't plough a lone furrow up front.
Yeah, they haven't had enough support to him at times. Right. I'm sure the guys would agree that he's.
I mean, they've been quite compact, didn't they? But when they get the ball, when he gets the ball, Larsson, he's got to get people to support him and also get beyond him. That's where I think Celtic not quite hurt him in that regard.
Yeah.
But,
we talked beforehand, you've talked particularly, Paul, about the set piece threat, which is always there from Celtic, and Stan Varga in particular. And again, that was evident early on too, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, they're playing to their strengths. They recognise, you know, when they get the ball, Barcelona, you've got to work hard at them. But they're strong, they're powerful. I think at times Barcelona's defended it quite well. But I think that's going to be the area that I still think Celtic can be extremely productive. Thompson's putting some good quality. Baldo's there's competing. Varga's there's competing. I'm hopeful that they can certainly get some end product from that, because I just feel that Barcelona, in the middle of their defence, there's not a lot there really to compete. They're having a go, Puyol and Olegua. They're trying to compete, but if it's to get the right quality, then I really feel that they've got the ammunition, you know, to have a go and take full advantage of it.
It almost looked to me, Ronald, as if Puyol and Olegua want to get forward. They want to support, don't they? They're not just out and out stoppers, are they?
No, but they like the position game. You see everybody is involved in the team and they're comfortable on the ball, so they want to rotate the ball from one side to the other side quickly, and you see that how confident they are on the ball, and especially on the midfield. It doesn't matter where you are, as long as you're in the midfield. Players they rotate and always search between the lines from the defense till the midfield, and look to the space between there, and then create those short passes, and then suddenly have a shot on goal. And you saw, of course, the big chance of Saviola. So quickly they came out of that with 1-2 passes. They were in front of Douglas. Only a bad finish, but they're really dangerous.
Let's take a look at a couple of those set pieces which caused Barcelona some problems early on. Alan Thompson always involved, because he does deliver such a good ball with his left foot. And well, this is always going to cause problems for any defence. You've got players of that height coming in, Paul, haven't you? Yeah,
I mean, the quality's there, isn't it? It's right into the danger area. Balde tries to get ahead, a little bit of a block there, bit of persistence inside the box, but they're working them. They're asking questions of their back four, and they've got to keep being persistent, because sooner or later they're going to get a little bit of the run on the ball, and obviously hopefully take full advantage of that.
Having said that, when Barcelona are on the ball, they play wonderful one-touch football. They really have wonderful skill and flair. This guy is something else, Ronaldinho, isn't he?
Yeah, he can create from nothing a big chance, and you see how quickly he turns, and his imagination is
I think this
out of
sequence
this
here is
world.
something like 19 passes, Ronald.
Yeah, this was a great movement, and I think at that time they forced Celtic to make those mistakes. And you can say Celtic at that time didn't play well, but I think also you have to give them credit. They worked really hard, and they let the ball go. And every time you see now that a player from Barcelona is always free on the midfield. But then you see that chasing back quickly.
Then Celtic give it away.
Yeah.
Then we need Celtic then to keep the ball.
No,
I think that was a classic example, isn't it?
No,
But something 1 and 2 touch is absolutely magnificent. And what you want is end product. Almost got it, didn't you?
No, but this one you see, this is beautiful one.
Marvellous.
And you see a little bit lucky, but then this is great play.
That's football
And
at the
has to
highest
be-
order, isn't it?
I think his first
Oh.
touch is a little bit too much to the right, otherwise they would never be on
Should have
track.
done better.
I think so. You're right,
Should have done
Gordon.
better.
Yeah,
We were all expecting a
but
goal there.
the approach play, isn't it? Absolutely magnificent. 1 and 2 touch, improvisation, top quality.
Celtic
Quite
instead
good.
giving the ball away
Celtic
again.
again, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I think
Normally I would think he would see in his right eye Luis Garcia free, because normally he has those balls and just pretend that he goes for goal and just put them wide and, into the feet of the right winger. But that was 100% chance again. This one,
this is absolutely magnificent,
The
isn't
thing
it?
is, people are coming to see this, of course.
Yeah,
so,
that's. I mean, he sold me a dummy. I was watching it.
Fantastic
McNamara
challenge.
does
Jackie
brilliantly.
Yeah, I
McNamara
agree.
makes a brilliant challenge here, because this is in the net if he doesn't get his
Yeah, I
tackle
couldn't agree
in
more,
here.
Gordon. Yeah,
Yeah.
fabulous challenge.
You saw how far there, as I said,
Oh.
a
Craig
little bit
Beattie.
lucky, but
Yeah, he gets
still,
those, but the audacity and the confidence,
But
isn't
you
it?
saw he moved.
And he does well,
the
McNamara, because he runs across his marker. Remember, he's playing in a sort of over the wide side, of the
Yes.
left-hand side, and he's come across, tracked his marker. Fabulous interception.
Yeah, did everything right. And well done, Jackie McNamara. Kept the score sheet blank. Big Bobo Balda, always a huge favourite of the Celtic support. They love this big man. He's terrific defensively, and he poses a threat up front as well. And he's always involved, Paul, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's led magnificently at times. I mean, he's there. Saviola's got the ball. And this is another instance. There's a great cutback. There he is. Intercepts it, keeps his composure, passes the ball, clears the danger. But then Celtic concede possession again.
Yeah.
Marvellous challenge.
Yes.
And that's where he's done. He's not considered too many reckless challenges around the box. Keeps his eye on it. There he does. Intercepts it. Thank you very much. Comes out of defence, passes the ball, keeps possession. Then does it again. This is where he breaks a little bit forward. His power, his strength, attacking the space, feeds it in. For me, he stops. Then he tries to go again. Does marvellous to get the shot in, and that's just been typical of his attitude and commitment.
He's actually on the back foot here.
Yeah,
that was the chance if he'd
But
read
it's
it.
just
I think if he
persistence,
believes
isn't it,
in
Johnny?
it,
It's
if he
persistence, isn't
believes
it?
in himself a little bit more at that stage.
I mean, you wanted a midfield player. You wanted Thompson there, didn't you, in
Yeah,
that
of course.
advanced position
Yeah.
to get a shot to go.
So just towards the end of the half, perhaps the closest Celtic came to scoring, and it was Alan Thompson who broke through. And the bomb maybe just gets under his feet at the wrong moment here, Gordon, doesn't it?
It does. It's a nice little flick, and he gets played in by Petrov there, and it is just under his feet, but he still gets in a good effort, and that's a very good save. Sharpness of the keeper there. Thompson made a good run beyond the defence. As I said before, you saw how wide Beattie was, and the playing. Beattie's trying to drag a full back, and then people are bursting through. That will work if you can get the runners from midfield like Thompson and Petrov getting through.
Well, we heard about the tunnel bust-up right at the end of the first half, and I think we've got some more news on that now from Chick.
Well, there's been high drama here in the dressing room area at Celtic Park, and at half-time, the respective captains Koku of Barcelona and Jackie McNamara were called to the referee's dressing room, the German referee tonight, Wolfgang Stark, and the outcome, as I understand it, is that Rob Douglas has been red-carded at half-time, and so too has Thiago Motta. We're just confirming that, but there's absolute confusion in the dressing room area. But it seems in the wake of that foray at the half-time in the tunnel, which we described to you, the two cars had two players, Rob Douglas of Celtic and the Barcelona player Thiago Motta, have been sent off at half-time.
Well, that's pretty sensational news. Thanks, Chick. Just looking down the Celtic substitutes, young David Marshall is the sub, and well, that's a baptism of fire for him, isn't it?
Absolutely, and the thing is, he's in, and they've got to get an outfield player off. Barcelona, it's a lot easier to adjust if you're Barcelona for a player getting sent off. The guys would know that, and it looked as if the fight initially was Motta and Baldi. Something happened there, and obviously Rob Douglas
he was holding his face at that point,
Baldi was
wasn't
holding
he?
his face.
Yeah.
He obviously had a punch him in the head at duel. but Rob Douglas is obviously getting
Last thing we'll do is
involved.
lose your keeper.
But
though,
that's
isn't it,
crazy
you know?
for
Now all of a sudden Barcelona, they've got the initiative now. They'll grow, and what they've got to do now is ask questions of the keeper, isn't it? Get plenty of shots in.
Just a word
touch
on
them early.
Mota, Ronald, because he's Italian-Brazilian, I believe. He's a fairly volatile character.
Yeah, no, definitely. He has already. I think we mentioned before he had a couple of red cards already this season. He's a great ability, but a little crazy in his head. So
That's fair enough, isn't it?
yeah, no, that's true. But I think it's in favour of Barcelona because they have now the space. So I think that's important.
Pretty sensational news then at half-time here at Celtic Park. Let's just quickly give you the latest in the other UEFA Cup ties being played tonight. Gençler Birliği of Turkey have done it again. 1-0 winners over Valencia, the favourites. They've already knocked out Sporting Lisbon, Blackburn Rovers and Parma. They're 1-0 up after the first leg. Bordeaux too will take a lead to Belgium. 3-1 winners over Club Brugge tonight. No goals yet at St James's Park. Auxerre and PSV also 1-1. Liverpool, Marseille goalless. Villarreal, Roma, the winners of that one, of course, play the winners of this tie in the next one. And Benfica, Inter Milan, likewise goalless so far. The two closest things then in the first 45 minutes at Celtic Park tonight. The first for Barcelona, Ronaldinho, bit of skill here, perhaps should have done better, but screws it just wide of the far post. And Alan Thompson brings a terrific save out of Victor Valdez here, perhaps the ball just getting under his feet. Those are the two closest things, but what a terrific match it's been with all the drama and all the controversy of 2 red cards in the tunnel. Let's get back out for the second 45 minutes with Rob and Sandy.
We promised you excitement and entertainment and drama. You haven't been disappointed, plenty in the first half. And even when the action stopped on the pitch, the drama